little annoying things that some loving husbands do, and if that's not the case in your house, perhaps leaving wet towels on the floor is.
Author Jenna McCarthy writes all about loving your husband through good habits and bad. And if it was easy, they call the whole damn thing a honeymoon. Living with and loving the TV-addicted, sex-obsessed, not-so-handy man you married. Sorry, that was a long title, but I love it.
It is true. Okay, was that really your husband, by the way, in that video?
It was.
Okay, I just want to point out that he is here with your 2 children, and he was cringing just a little bit while he was on. All right, so what's great about this book is that you really do touch on things that we all have, just issues we have with our husbands. Chloe, what's yours with Lamar?
Well, I mean, after seeing that, I was like, well, there's a few things, but definitely he loves to eat, like, in his sleep, but he'll eat, fall asleep while it's still in his mouth, and then drool all over, like chocolate all over my custom-made sheet, but over my sheets, and it gets on me. I'm like, this is so disgusting, but he won't stop.
Well, experts are always saying that the 2 things that couples will fight about most are sex and money, and according to everyone I spoke with for this book, and certainly in my own life, we don't fight about those things. We fight about where on the toothpaste roll you should squeeze it, because I squeeze it from up here and he squeezes it from here, and it's a big issue if you're not squeezing it from the right place.
These are what you asked a bunch of women just some questions, and people were writing it online. I guess you got flooded with things
flooded, and they were hilarious.
Here's a couple of them. This is from Jean. Every single day my husband leaves a sock drawer open a half inch, and every single day I close it all the way. I mean, how much extra effort does it take to close it the rest of the way?
None. But the problem is, she thinks he's doing that intentionally to annoy her to death. And he's really not. No. He just doesn't see things the way she does. He's just a guy. It doesn't matter if it's all the way closed.
You walk out of the room, you leave, like when something's bugging you.
Well, I've learned to pick and choose my battles. I'm not going to have a fight with Lamar over if he keeps the room dirty. Lamar is a basketball player, travels all the time, used to housekeeping from hotel room. He's used to being dirty. Why do I care? I'll clean up after him.
So you let him do it.
I let him do it.
Is that the right solution?
I don't care.
It's one of the biggest things. I mean, frankly, it's the only thing you can do. You've got to let it go. And if you look at it in context of if a half an inch away from the dresser is my spouse's most annoying thing.
Best thing about it was the woman who has to dry her feet before she steps on the bath towel because her husband's OCD.
He doesn't like her to have a wet bath mat? What's wrong with him?
No, right.
I would throw the bath towel wet in his face. I'd be like, here's your wet bath towel, get over it.
I told her I would wait till he goes to work, and then I would dance naked, dripping wet all over it, and then I would throw it in the dryer, and it would be all back perfect when he got home.
Here's another good one. The husband leaves his dirty clothes on top of the hamper, so she bought a hamper without a lid, and now he leaves them on the floor next to it.
Again, I don't think he's trying to drive her crazy. I just think men don't see the same things women do.
That's why they have wives.
Right, exactly. And if you cannot laugh at this stuff, if you can't say it's fairly universal, you know, I've heard stories of guys who eat the sunflower seeds in bed, not as bad as drooling chocolate on the pillow, but there's always going to be some annoying thing, and frankly, we have our little annoying things.
Trust me,
some of us
have a lot.
Some of us.
You didn't know? Just by this, you didn't know?
I'm catching on. All right, Jenna, thank you. The book is really entertaining, a lot of fun to read. I know a lot of women will get a real kick out of it.